are always made of the finest ingredients. Just a touch of this, just a touch of that. So how about a touch of France? Let's discover France, French and France in Ghana in a new episode of Touch of France.
Hello, bonjour, bienvenue, welcome to Touch of France, the show that tells you all about France and France in Ghana. My name is Anne-Sophie Ave, I'm the French ambassador to Ghana and above all, a lover of all things from France and Ghana. Today we're going to talk about heritage, but I have here a very special guest. He is an actor. He was the first Ghanaian to hit 1 million likes on Facebook. I didn't even reach 1,000. He studies as a civil engineer. He calls himself a farmer and advertises and shows his wonderful crops on social media. He's also an entrepreneur. He's involved in charities, politics, multi-awarded, multi-talented. So to talk to me today is John Dumelo. Welcome, John. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you too. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much.
You're
So.
welcome.
We will talk about you, we will talk about heritage, and to help me catch my breath, let's have a very short break and we'll get started.
As a man on a mission, I am constantly on the move. My work takes me to different places from all walks of life. In the process of time, I have met many successful people with different backgrounds and with different drives. One thing has in common among them all. Like me, they don't compromise on quality. Which is why each day as I leave home to face the world, I drive straight to the one place I know I can refuel for the day, because I am assured of quality fuel at an affordable price.
No more! Over the mouse of Salon. Mucha the triple S.
Triple S no then.
Make them tell you. Factor social distance health.
Here at Santor, quality is affordable.
Santor Energy, clean fuel, friendly service.
Welcome back. So I told you it would be a very short break. So here we are back in my sitting room overlooking the Eiffel Tower and the streets of Paris. Welcome, John Dumelo.
Thank you.
I introduced you very briefly and tried to summarize a whole career. So how would you describe yourself? What are you? Entrepreneur, farmer, actor?
I think that I'm a Ghanaian, first and foremost. And I'm a simple man who is on a mission just to make things, or to make Ghana a better place. That's the kind of person I am. I think a word that sums everything up is I'm a risk taker. I like to take risk a lot in business, in everything. Yes, I'm an entrepreneur, but most often than not and I'm an actor as well, but most often than not in the last 10 years, I've grown to have a connection with with the soil, which is agriculture. And because I feel that we are being left out in terms of Ghana is being left out, in the agricultural space. And so I've decided to get into agriculture and to see what agriculture can do for Mother Ghana, and also to inspire a lot of young people to be able to get into agriculture and give back to the community, and also see if we can export some of our things that we produce. Yes.
So, yes, you talk about inspiring the
Right.
youth.
Yeah.
So how did it all started? What kind of a kid, a student? I said you studied civil
Yes,
engineering,
yes,
and then you
yes.
suddenly went into
Acting, yes,
entertainment.
yeah.
How did you skip from one thing to the other?
Well, okay,
It's more than a risk taking, really.
So I actually did my first film in 1991, which was called Baby Thief. I was a little kid, which is let's say 30 years ago. That's when I did my first film, and after that I went.
Now, how come? How you were a kid, you were at school, and then
Yes,
someone comes and say you should act?
Actually, that's what happened.
Really?
I went to Kaiser King School, which is opposite, the old French embassy. I don't know if the French embassy.
The former French embassy,
yes,
yeah.
So I was in Kaiser King, and then TV3. Then it was Gamma Films. Was across the street. So they literally walked to Kaiser King and said they're looking for, two people, a brother and a sister, to play a role. And the headmistress then was my auntie. So she recommended us to say, okay, these two kids can do the film. And so that's how it started. And, I think we shot the film for over 3 or 4 months across the country, and then that's how I got into the entertainment.
How old were you then?
I was 8.
Oh, right.
Yes, I was 8 by then. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what I was doing, but I just knew that I had to read a script and then deliver the lines. So, but I felt very comfortable because my elder sister was also on set with me, and so everything was just, nice and easy. And so that's how I got into the entertainment industry. And then, let's say after university, after university, I got right back into it. I did some TV commercials. I was hosting a show on television at TV3. And then, I got called by 2 producers. One was Shirley Performance, the other was Venus Films, Alaji Mumuni, that I should feature in a film.
Oh.
And with Alaji's own, it was like the main character. They had been looking for the main character for like days. And so they just called me. Okay, I met Alaji at 2 in the afternoon. By 4, I was on set filming, being the king. The film was called The King Is Mine. So I was being the king. And I think that's the beginning of...
Oh, dear.
Or the beginning of the end, or the beginning of everything. That's what happened. And so that's how I got into the film industry. And I think I've loved it so far. It's been great and it's been exciting.
But was it fun? Because it's actually quite a lot of discipline. You have to learn your lines, you have to deliver, you have to play emotions and everything. Did you make it fun, or was it something like, like an exercise you really had to do?
I think that if you put yourself in the role, it would come out naturally. And so if you know the role is you're a king, or you're a taxi driver, or you're an ambassador, or you're a diplomat.
But did you ever play an ambassador?
Not yet.
Okay, so that could be an idea.
Yes, that could be an idea. So once you're able to learn what the character is supposed to do, everything will just come out naturally. But if you just want to read the script and just go and deliver, no. You just have to be natural about it.
Did your sister also carry on a career in acting?
No, she didn't. Actually, she didn't. She didn't. No, I think I'm the only one who carried on, the career in acting. And I think so far so good. I got into the film industry when it was booming. I mean, now it's come down a little bit, but I'm happy I've been able to contribute to the entertainment industry. I'm happy I'm still contributing, because, Africans love African films,
Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes when I'm even in France and I'm walking on the street, you see, the Francophone, the French from French, they speak French to me. And c'est moi, oui, télévision, c'est moi, and then they take pictures and everything. So I think it's been fun. It's been fun, and it's still fun being an actor. Yeah.
But was that the dream of your parents as well, to see you become an actor? Or?
No, I no, I don't think. I think the dream of my parents was just to, grow up and just be, beneficial to society. But I always say that God has a purpose for everybody, and so sometimes the plans that you have for yourself are not the plans that God has for you. And so, but I know for a fact that they are equally happy, where I am right now, where I've reached, and probably where I'm going.
Great.
Yeah.
So today we're actually talking about heritage. Right. Ghana has a lot, right. But let me share with you what we have in France as heritage, because France a bit. We'll get back to that.
Yes.
So if you agree, we will watch together the heritage in France.
France's heritage policy dates back to the French Revolution, when clerical property and royal collections were confiscated and declared as property of the nation in 1789. In the following years, the first commissions in charge of national heritage were created. In 1840, an inventory was published for the first time. The list comprises 1,082 historical monuments and 934 buildings from the prehistoric, ancient, and medieval eras. In 1913, a first law is voted to preserve private and public heritage and safeguard historical buildings which present a national or regional interest. According to this difference, the site is classified as an historical building or registered as a remarkable heritage site. Did you know that in France, more than 45,000 sites are referred to as heritage sites? 45 of those French sites are classified as World Heritage Sites at UNESCO, and over 35, as of 2021, are on the tentative list. The country's heritage sites welcome domestic as well as foreign tourists all year round. This peaks in September during les Journées Européennes du Patrimoine, European Heritage Days in English. France's heritage is rich and diverse, from the Grottes de Lascaux, which date back 17,000 to 19,000 years BC, to Roman ruins in Vaison-la-Romaine. Middle-aged castles and forts, churches and cathedrals, to more recent buildings and monuments. France spends more than 330 million euros per year to preserve and protect its treasures. Private sources of funding and even lotteries complement this budget to refurbish this heritage. This pays off as France is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world.
Yes, so that's the heritage in France.
Right.
What does it inspire you?
Well, it does. It inspires me a lot. It just shows that I really haven't discovered France very well, because I've just been to just 2 or 3 of what I saw.
Really?
So.
I bet the Eiffel Tower.
Of course. Of course.
Do you know the story of the Eiffel Tower?
It was a gift?
Nope, that's the Concorde. That's
Okay, right.
the obelisk, La
Okay,
Concorde.
right.
It was built for the Universal Exhibition.
Okay.
In 1890.
Right.
And it was very controversial because people thought it was ugly.
Yes.
So it was supposed to be destroyed like 20 years after.
Right.
And now it is the symbol of France.
Right.
But it began to be very, very controversial at the beginning.
Right.
So you said that when you were in France, people recognized you.
Yes.
You probably know that we have quite a few Ghanaians in France.
Yes.
Have you met some, or what occasion did you go to France?
Well, I normally go to France if I'm probably doing a transit, or maybe I'm doing a transit, or maybe I'm in England and I say, okay, fine, let me just go to France. I'll just take the train, to France. Maybe 3 or 4 days. Just go to Paris, see what it is like. But there's always something new to discover about Paris, because I don't fully discover it all the time. I think I've been to, there was a day we went to Cannes, myself and a good friend of mine, Majid, and then we took a train to Paris, and then we climbed the Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
Yeah,
you mean climbed, or did you take the lift?
No, we did. No. Did we take the lift? No, we climbed. No.
Really?
I've forgotten. No, we took the lift.
Oh, that's very impressive.
Right.
There's 577 steps.
I don't think I've ever done that, so I think we took the lift.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lift to the first floor, second floor.
Yes.
And there's a point where you really have to climb.
Yes. So I think we just went to the top. But there's always something new to discover about Paris, like I was saying. Of course, I've been to the Louvre.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
You've only seen a bit. It takes like 48 hours just to run around.
Then I was just there for an hour or two.
Right.
So then I've been to, of course, Arc de Triomphe.
Right.
Which is, of course, very, very popular. So basically, these are all the 3 places I've been to. But yes, I do meet a lot of Africans. I do meet a lot of Ghanaians there. It's always great to connect with, even people from different backgrounds, all meeting in Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were your movies presented in Cannes, or were they displayed in France?
No, we just went for the festival, you
Right.
know, as part of networking. So we
Okay.
just went there, met some producers, met some other actors and actresses as well, from different African countries. But it was basically just to network and also see most of the films that other producers had presented, you know. So that's why we went to Cannes. And I think I've been there 3 or 4 times, you know, over the last so many years, 3 or 4 times. I don't know if this year they did it because of the
yes, they
COVID.
did, but I
Yes.
think the
minimized
hall was absolutely empty.
Yes.
But
yes,
they
you know.
still did it.
Yes, so I mean, I think, and Cannes is also one of, the Cannes Film Festival is also one of the nicest things that attracts a lot of people to France, you know. And of course, Nice is also very
You've been
beautiful.
to Nice as well?
Yeah, yeah. Because
Right.
I think you fly into Nice and then you take
And then you could, well, you probably took a helicopter?
No, I didn't.
No?
No.
You drove to
yeah,
Cannes?
Yeah, we drove to Cannes. We always, I mean, get to Nice, rent a car, just drive to Cannes, you know. Helicopter is quite, you know.
Expensive.
Expensive and...
Well, very posh. Maybe next time.
Yeah, very
When
posh.
you're a king and when you actually...
That's true.
So shall I introduce you to another Ghanaian who lives in France?
Right.
And she's a she, actually. And she's going to share very quickly her experience of France,
Right.
and she will tell us what she's doing.
Okay,
So let's meet Belinda. Oh gosh, I will butcher her name. Let's call her Belinda.
My name is Belinda Mwimbobo Banuenoma. It was in the 3rd week of November 2018. I would not say I really chose France because there was a vacancy and I applied, and France was the destination. So I would say it was an opportunity for me. I was a volunteer on Service Civique in a school called Izeta in Poissy in the Haute-Savoie region. And I was assisting the English teachers and also making Ghana known through diverse ways. It was cold, but then of course I was prepared for it because I had met Her Excellency the Ambassador herself, who had literally psychologically prepared me. French is not the easiest language to learn, but it's not the most difficult either. For a beginner, it's mostly how to decipher between different sounds because some sound similar, but also the fact that they have masculine and feminine gender nouns. I did see myself as a cultural ambassador, and I tried to portray the different cultures we have represented in Ghana. So for instance, if it was about music, I'd make sure I play music from Ashanti region, show some Adowa, show some Bobobo from the Ewe culture, show some Balogo from the Gan culture, and some Bawa from the Dagabes, just to let them know the different cultures that are represented here. So yes, and I did so many presentations and exhibitions to show them more about my country.
Fantastic.
But she said something that reminds me of Paris, the weather.
Yes.
There was a time I went there and it was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Yeah, in Ghanaian standards, you mean?
Oh yes, Ghanaian standard. I mean, but this was, I think it was like 0 degrees or 1.
Yes.
I mean, I think I was on transit. I was taking a flight to Montreal, so I just spent like a day or two. Oh, it was cold.
Well, Montreal is even colder.
Well, yeah, Montreal is colder, so it's sort of prepared me. To,
Yes, so it's a nice transition.
Yeah, nice transition. But you know, coming straight from Ghana and just going to, it was cold.
Yeah, I know that feeling every time I go back to Paris.
Yeah, so you buy a coffee and then it's hot and then within 2 minutes it's just cold, so you have to drink it fast.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. Yes, it's
Well, yes.
true. It's true.
C'est froid, non?
C'est froid.
C'est froid, eh?
Il fait froid.
Yeah, c'est froid.
Absolutely.
C'est très froid,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, not all around the year. We do have a
Well,
hot
that's-
season. Yeah, we have a summer.
Yes.
There's a moment when they have a summer.
Yes, yes.
So let's get to the farming. So
Right.
how did you get into farming suddenly?
Well, one thing about me is I like driving a lot. I like taking road trips a lot, you know. So on one of my numerous road trips to the north, you know, actually it was the first time I'd driven to the north, that was about 10 years ago. I realized that there was vast lands, there was, you know, so many lands and so many opportunities. And you know, so I spoke to a friend of mine and, you know, they came to me and said, oh, they were selling a couple of goats. And I think at that time it was like 50 CDs. And I said, but in Accra, it's about 150 or 200 CDs for the same one, you know. So I bought them, started rearing them, and then during Christmas time, I bring it to Accra to sell it. And then I realized that, oh, actually, there is actually, you know, money in agric. Then I started, you know, cultivating maize in the north, you know, because I'm sure you've been to the north.
Of course.
Yes. I mean, you have vast lands, and
yes.
the lands are there. They will literally dash it to you or give it to you to, you know, to farm, you know. So I started farming maize. In the first year I did about 50 acres. Second year I did 150 acres. This year I didn't do, but next year I'll continue with the maize. And that's when I realized that, you know, Ghana has so much potential. You know, we have the sun, we have the soil, we have manpower, we have water, we have good weather. And so why are we not really investing our time and energy into agriculture? And so that's what got me into agriculture. And I also realized that the youth were shying away from agriculture because of probably how it was painted. That probably, for lack of a better expression, it's a poor person's job, there's no money in it. I mean, there can be money in it, but agriculture teaches you to be patient.
Yes.
Because you don't just put a seed in and within 2 days it's up. I mean, it's ready for harvest. You put a seed in, it will take 4 months to harvest. It can take 2 years to harvest. It can take 10 years to harvest.
Yes.
You know, so agric teaches you all those spheres of life. And so I realized that, look, let me just get into agric. 1, to feed myself. 2, to feed the nation. And 3, you know, when there's surplus, you know, you can easily export. And I've had a lot of people coming in from France, you know, that, you know, they need avocado, they need mangoes and so on and so forth, you know, so we are in talks. And I just don't see why Ghana can't make it in agriculture. I mean, that's the point.
Indeed. You actually plant a seed, but eventually it grows.
Yes.
And you don't have to plow or do anything. It just grows.
Yes.
And then when you have these beautiful vegetables, which is actually organic,
yes.
Do you cook?
Sometimes.
Really?
Yes.
What's your specialty?
Jollof.
Of course. I really need to launch a competition of jollof because everyone tells me they do the best jollof.
Well, yes.
So I could have a big competition of
probably,
jollof.
Yes. Probably you can, yes.
So we, of course, France prides itself with French cuisine.
Yes.
And with very good potatoes, we can do a hachis parmentier. Ever tried that?
No.
Well, let's see how to do it.
Hachis parmentier.
Yeah.
Bonjour les amis, aujourd'hui on se trouve devant les Invalides. Les Invalides est un hôpital et aussi un musée, ainsi que la dernière maison de l'empereur Napoléon Ier puisqu'on y trouve son tombeau et son catafalque.
Et bien voici, nous sommes de retour en cuisine. Nous allons préparer notre fameux hachis parmentier. Nous allons donc maintenant assembler les deux éléments. Et voici notre superbe hachis parmentier que vous pourrez manger avec une très bonne salade. Donc je vous souhaite un bon appétit!
Thank you to Chef Patrice, who is showing us the hachon parmentier. Would you try that?
I think I'll try it. It looks delicious.
It's very easy.
Really?
It's very easy.
Well,
even I can do it. Even I can do it.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'm not a cook at all, but you know, it's easy. Just mash the potatoes, put the ground meat, and then a bit of onions, and
toss it in the oven, and in 5 minutes it's done.
All you need is a cat to supervise the baking.
That's it. But is that like the main meal, or like the dessert, or entree, or?
No, we don't do the 3-course meals like we used to do.
Right.
So what we like is to have a single dish.
Yes.
So this can be a single dish with a salad.
Right.
And then we will have some cheese and bread and maybe a dessert, and that would be it.
Okay.
So we can sort of mix it.
Right,
and I must say I cheat when I do it, because I put some great cheese.
Right.
For the flavor. I like it. I know it's not the genuine one, and sorry, Chef Patrice, I know if you watch me, you're going to tell me off, but I do actually put great cheese.
Yes.
So, just after a very short break, we will be back and carry on our discussions. So please, viewers, stay with us. We will be back.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Welcome back on Touch of France. Thank you for staying with us. I'm still here in my sitting room overlooking Paris with John Dumelo. We were talking about farming, acting. You're also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You're also in charities. Yes. You're also in politics. Yes. But how do you fit all that in one day? In your weeks? Do your weeks have more than 7 days, or how do you do that?
My days have more than 24 hours in my
That's
weeks.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So who did you negotiate that? Because I'd love to have 30 hours a day.
I can borrow you some of the hours.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to.
But I think everything is about planning, you know.
Oh, really?
Once you plan your day very well, you'll be able to, you know, fit everything or everybody in. Mm-hmm. Yes. Like now I'm here. I mean, after here, I know from this time to this time I'm doing this, from this time to this time. So I'm almost always on time. Because
you were on time?
Because I try to plan my day very well. So when I get somewhere and somebody's delaying, it sort of pisses me off.
Yeah, so does it. Same to me.
Yes, you know, because if we say it's 3 o'clock,
it's disorganizing your whole day, right?
If you say it's 3 o'clock, at least 3:15, that's fine. But 4:35, no. Ce n'est pas bon.
I know this feeling.
Yes.
So you said that all you're doing actually is to make Ghana a nicer place,
right.
A place that people would like to visit.
Right.
So what do you think that Ghanaians should be very, very proud of in Ghana? Because maybe there's not enough tourism, not enough people coming to Ghana. How would we advertise Ghana? What can we promote about Ghana?
Well, I think what Ghana has, almost every other country has, but what Ghana has failed to do is to sell itself, to sell what it has, you know, and selling what it has can only be done by Ghanaians. So yes, we have beautiful tourist attractions, we have beautiful food. You know, I mean, one thing that has worked for Ghana is, of course, Ghana Jollof, where Nigeria is trying to, you know, capitalize on it and trying to, you know, trying to take our shine, but it's fine.
I understand there's a Jollof war.
Yeah, and quite recently you had Sierra Leone or Senegal also trying to be part. No.
Well, Senegal is arguing that Jollof comes from Wolof.
Yes.
So they were the first, actually, and then they brought it to Ghana. And
it's not about who's the first; it's about who's the best.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Sorry. Of course.
You know, so I think we should, you know, promote our food very well. We should promote our culture very well. You know, we should promote our tourist sites very well, because we have incredible sites, and we can only do it by ourselves. You know, so most Ghanaians, what Ghanaians should do is, you know, travel out more often, you know, spend the weekend, you know, outside Accra, talk about where you've been, and you know, people would come, and that would, of course, you know, reduce unemployment, because then it would employ a lot of people. Yes.
So actually, I completely agree with you, and that's why the French embassy is cooperating with Ghana to try and make Ghana proud of some of its heritage sites. So we've wrapped it up in a short video to show you what we are actually doing, and I'll tell you more. Let's watch that. Okay, so that's how proud France is of its heritage. I was supposed to launch a doc about what we do in Ghana, so we'll get back to this. But this was Provins, very close to Paris.
Okay.
So it's a medieval
area.
Right. Do you have some sites in Ghana that date back the Middle Age that you know of?
Well, yes, I think you have most of them in the north. Some in Salaga. I think you have the Salaga trade market. You have some in Damango. You have the Larabanga Mosque, and quite a number of the medieval sites still around. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So that's one of the things that we are doing actually is doing archaeology.
Right.
And in the border region, there's a place that is called Bejo. And that was already a trade market in the Middle Age. So that's what we're going to show you later. So what are the sites that you would advertise for in Ghana? If someone wants to come and discover Ghana, once they've seen Accra, which is fine, like Paris, where would you tell them to go?
I think most of them are situated in the north. I mean, I'm biased about the north because I absolutely love the place. I would probably say Mole National Park.
Of course.
Of course, which, the park itself, it's an amazing place. And even before the park, of course, you have the mosque, the Larabaga Mosque. You have the Mystery Stone, and quite some other places around. But I think the Mole National Park is something that people should look forward to. It lines you up with nature, and you can spend 3-4 days there, be proud of the place. So I think for me, just discovering the north alone is enough, because everything is in the south. But then once you go to the north, you discover the north, and then you drive down to the south, you pass through Kintampo, Techima, and probably go to Sunyani, and then of course you have the Volta region where also have amazing forts and castles there. It has beautiful view. The mountains are beautiful. Of course, when you drive through Fume, which you've been there
Yes,
before. You know,
absolutely.
the road is amazing, the view is amazing. You know, go to Amejope, which is, you know, the highest human settlement in Ghana. You know, so there are so many things to discover when you get to
So unexpected.
Yes, so unexpected.
Ghana has amazing unexpected sights.
Yes.
That you wouldn't believe we are in Africa.
Yes.
And yes, indeed, the forts. You're probably the only country that has so many forts along the coast.
Along the coast, yes.
And hiking places, amazing places.
Yes.
So now I'm going to show you what we do here in Ghana and the kind of cooperation we have in terms of heritage.
As of now, and after fascinating Ghanaian monuments from palaces to entire city structures crumbled under British cannon explosions centuries ago, the Asante traditional buildings are Ghana's only indigenous cultural structures listed at UNESCO, alongside the foreign-built forts and castles from the gold trade and slave trade eras. Legacy is important and an asset for the development of tourism in Ghana, and the Embassy of France in Ghana is accompanying Ghana on these tracks. In 2020, the French Embassy launched the 3.55 million Ghana cedis Sankofa project, funded by the Ministry for Europe and Foreign Affairs Solidarity Fund for Innovative Projects. The project, named after the Adinkra symbol, Sankofa, meaning go back to fetch what you lost, is aimed at strengthening Ghana's rehabilitation and preservation of its heritage sites. Through the French Embassy, Ghanaian universities are participating in academic exchanges with French universities, and select Ghanaian students are receiving all expenses paid trips to France for training in archaeology and heritage. The Sankofa project, under the mandate of Her Excellency Anne-Sophie Ave, nurtures partnerships with both private and public Ghanaian institutions. Up to 280,000 Ghana cedis have been distributed among 6 solid Ghanaian heritage projects. In Ghana, France has thus renovated the Museum of Shai Hills, created the museum in Kakum Park, in Bego and in Keta, and also co-produced with HAXA documentary films on heritage sites in Osu to sensitize about the rapid degradation of the sites. Santol Energy, a 100% Ghanaian-owned oil marketing company, recognizes the importance of sustaining Ghana's heritage. It is a preserve of what uniquely identifies the Ghanaian people. This gas station in Manchia was built purposefully for the Asantehene as Santol's way to appreciate the contribution of the Manchia Palace to nationhood and governance.
Wow, so that's what we're doing.
Right.
So as you saw me wearing a kente.
Yes, I did, yeah.
Right.
You look
and I was honored to be installed a Queen Mother of Honey.
Oh, right.
So that was a great, great honor. Right. So it makes me wonder, how important are the chieftaincies here in Ghana?
Well, it's quite important because they are like the link between ordinary citizens and culture, you know, and wherever you go, whichever town or village you go, you definitely have to meet the chiefs and people first, for them to tell you a brief history about the town, the villages, and then to welcome you, you know, and give you permission to do whatever it is you're there. One of the most important roles of the chiefs is, you know, development, you know, so they are there just to help, in developmental purposes and so on and so forth. So the chiefs are quite important. Yes.
And what's their place institutionally in the institutional organization? Because they don't meddle into politics, but they're still very influential.
Yes. Whatever it is you want to do in a community, it is the chiefs that know what they need because they speak to their people. So if you want to go to a community or an area to do a project and you feel like, oh, okay, maybe they need, a new palace. Maybe that's not what they need at the point. Maybe they need water, they need jobs, they need a school. So it's the chief that will tell you, okay, this is what we need at this point in time. So they are very, powerful. I mean, when you go back to the days before independence and before, in the colonial days, it's the chiefs that sort of ruled the people. They make the rules, you have to follow the rules and so on and so forth. So the chiefs are quite important when it comes to the development of this country.
How about the Queen Mothers?
The Queen Mothers are also very influential, Women are influential. Women form a great part of the developmental process, and it's the Queen Mother that sometimes advises the chief that, okay, let's do it like this. And in some places, the Queen Mothers are very influential, very more powerful than the chiefs themselves. So the Queen Mothers are, of course, they're very influential as well.
So that's part of the culture, the tradition in Ghana.
Yes.
You mentioned the things that you consider as heritage.
Yes.
How about music?
Music, of course. Music is food for the soul.
Really?
Music teaches you about culture. Music teaches you about your heritage. It teaches you about values and so on and so forth. I mean, good music, And so music also forms part of our developmental process. Yes.
So in France, we are also, that's a passion we have in common, music.
Yeah.
And we have songs and French artists that I would like to make Ghanaian discover.
Okay.
And today is about a song that has been so much around the world that it's part of the World Heritage.
Really?
Shall we listen to or watch a bit of it? I'm sure you know it.
Tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il m'a dit des mots d'amour et mots de tous les jours et ça me fait quelque chose.
Lady Gaga singing it. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, I mean, Lady Gaga rings a bell.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, let's try the one with Madonna.
Okay.
Okay, maybe a more rhythmically dynamic version.
Oh, il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il m'a dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait.
The African rhythm one. Let's see with Africando.
Quand elle me prend dans ses bras, elle me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Elle me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose.
More different version, you see.
Quand elle me prend dans ses bras, elle me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Elle me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose.
This song, La Vie en Rose, was made popular around the world by Louis Armstrong. So Let's hear him.
Hold me close and hold me fast. The magic spell you guess. This is La Vie en Rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes and see La Vie en Rose.
Very, very beginning, the origin. Do you know who created that song?
Michael Jackson.
Seriously? It's a she, actually. Oh. Back to how important women are.
Yes.
Edith Piaf. Do you know Edith Piaf?
I've heard the name before.
Of course.
Yes, yes.
Let's listen to the very original one.
Quand il me prend dans ses bras, qu'il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose.
It was actually written in 1944, and for 75 years now it's been sung by everyone in the world, so many people, and mainly in French. Okay. So that's a way to export the French language. Right. So do you have it now in your ears?
Yes, I do.
Could you sing it?
Yeah,
let's see. Do you have a karaoke version so we can try John Dumelo singing La Vie en Rose?
No. Les bras et pas tous les bras, je vous l'amour. Et on me dit de moi de tous les jours, et ça quelque chose.
Well done! Wow! Well done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, how do you translate La Vie en Rose?
La Vie en Rose will be the life in pink.
Yes, life in pink.
La vie, the life on rose in pink. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I translated it. Yes.
I see the life in pink.
Yes, I see the life in pink. Yes.
So I understand you speak good French.
Yes, very good.
Right?
Very good.
Very good. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what can you say in French?
Everything.
Really?
Yes.
So go ahead. Can you introduce yourself in French?
Je m'appelle John Dumelo.
Wow.
Je suis un acteur. J'habite à Accra. Je mange beaucoup.
Oh wow! Very interesting.
Well,
wow,
yeah,
that's
yes,
very good. Very
yes,
good.
yes.
So since today was about heritage, let's see if you know about some heritage vocabulary.
Right.
Do you know how to say a castle? A castle.
Cattle.
A castle.
Castle. Forgotten. I've forgotten.
A chateau.
Chateau, sorry.
Chateau.
Yes.
Chateau.
So yes.
A church.
Yes. A judge.
Church.
Chapel.
Church.
Yes.
No. A chapelle.
Chapel. Yes.
Oh yeah, that could be a chapel. Yes.
Chapel.
Chapel.
Yeah, that's all
yeah.
right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It would be église probably.
Well, yes.
But a chapelle makes it's a
right.
small church.
Yes, small church. Yes.
When you want to go and visit something, you will ask for the opening hours. How did you say the opening hours?
Opening hours.
Yes.
Ouvrez l'heure.
Yes, heure d'ouverture. Yes, heure d'ouverture.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So what time is the museum opening? Yes.
I've forgotten.
Yeah, you said it. À quelle heure?
À quelle heure tu ouvres le muséum?
Wow, musée. Yes.
Oui, musée, yes.
What time does the museum open? Quelle heure ouvre le musée? Yes.
À quelle heure?
Well done. Yeah. Well, you could actually manage.
Yes, I can get along. Yes.
Yeah. How about a mosque?
No, I don't know about that.
That's mosque.
Mosque. Yes.
Mosque.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very close.
Yes.
So, if you want to visit, let's say, the Castle of Versailles, have you ever been there?
No.
Okay, so you want to visit the Castle of Versailles.
Where?
And say, I would like to visit the Castle of Versailles. Yes. How do I get there? How would you ask?
Okay, no, that's long.
Okay, I would like to visit.
Yes. Je suis visité.
That's I am visiting. So I want to visit.
Okay, now that's conjugation. That's the problem. Yes. No.
I want is je veux.
Je veux, yes.
Yeah, je veux. So
je veux un castle.
Visiter?
Visiter le castle.
Yeah.
Ouais.
The Versailles.
Là-bas.
Yes, exactly. Actually, you could handle it. I mean,
Yes,
you
I
find-
can- yes,
You know,
yes.
with a big smile, you can always, it will get you anywhere.
Je suis content parce que j'ai assez vu avec toi devant le caméra, devant tout le monde. Je suis content.
That's very impressive.
Ouais,
It's very impressive.
yes.
Good luck for those who will do the subtitles.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, great. So now, what time again? What time does the show begin?
À quelle heure le show commence?
Wow, perfect.
Ouais.
This is perfect. This is so,
Yes,
so
yes.
impressive. Thank you
you.
very much. So
Thank
now,
Yes.
you're not going to tell anyone, right?
No.
Because I'm going to challenge our viewers
Yes.
with a quiz.
Yes.
But you don't say nothing, right?
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
So you told me I could tell you to shut up, so
Yes.
I do. Okay, so dear viewers, now is the moment where I challenge you with a quiz. So the quiz for today is, what is the French expression for cultural heritage? Cultural heritage. How would you say that in French? Right, so we have three options. I give you 1, 2, and 3, then you text the right answer, what the answer you think is right, on WhatsApp 788. So if you're right, and if you're the best, if you got the right answer, you get a dinner for 2 at La Chaumière restaurant, the French dinner for 2. Okay, so let's get the options. Cultural heritage. 1, is it héritage de culture? Héritage de culture, that's the first possibility. 2, is it culture et héritage? Culture et héritage. Is that the option 2? So if you think that's the one, you dial 2 on 1788. Or is it patrimoine? Patrimoine. 3, patrimoine. So I do it again. 1, héritage de culture, culture et héritage. 3 is patrimoine. Okay? Got the right answer? Dial 1, 2, or 3 at 1788, and a dinner for 2 in La Chaumière, the restaurant, French restaurant in Accra, is waiting for you. So you don't say what the answer is, but do you know the answer?
Yes.
Don't say it.
It's number 4.
Nope. It's number 4. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So okay. I don't think we have a number 4 option, but yes,
Yes,
probably.
yes,
So
yes,
you wouldn't get it.
Right.
So I want to thank you so very much.
Thank you
For having this
we are done.
conversation. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you would have liked to stay? No. Well, you can very happily stay. We can have another sip or something. So don't worry. But
Right,
we'll have to
right.
leave our viewers.
Right.
So thank you again for being with us.
Thank you too.
I want to thank also our dear sponsors, without whom we wouldn't be possible.
Right.
So I want to thank Santol, Decathlon, Bolloré, Serene, Tractafric, Orca Deco for lending us this beautiful furniture in my sitting room, Silver Star, that is selling the French cars Peugeot and Citroën. As for us, I will see you next week, same time, same place. So please come back, and we'll have another very interesting subject with another amazing guest. Till then, I wish you bonne semaine. Merci beaucoup. See you next week. Bye-bye.
On va bouger le monde. On va bouger le monde. It's the touch of France in your household. It's the touch of France in your mind. It's the time for Ghana, make a big step. It's the time to dance to the vibe. If you know what it is, then you know what I mean. From Accra to Paris, it's how you gonna feel. It's why you wanna see, it's why you wanna feel, it's where you gonna be, yeah. It's the touch of France from Ghana.